This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president of Ethos Gold, Mr. Alex Heath. Alex, it's been a bit. How have you been?
Been very well, very busy. So there's a lot going on since the last time we spoke, which I think was back in November.
That's great to hear. Listen, I obviously Ethos is in the portfolio. I'm biased as I am with every company that I speak with. I've had subscribers reach out to me wanting an update. I've begged them for patience. And so I'm really glad to have you here because I know there's a lot going on. I'll let you kind of set the table for what shareholders can expect in 2022. You just had some news yesterday that bodes well for what looks to be a busy year of exploration, but I'll let you tell it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yesterday's news just was on Shefferville. Again, this is one of these district scale opportunities. We've got almost 100 kilometers of strike in an iron hosted formation with gold. That's actually not the focus of the company right now. We have a portfolio of projects and we advance them systematically. Goal for the company is to look for grassroots projects that haven't been drilled or that had little exploration. They're off the beaten track, but they have huge upside potential. We're talking multi-million ounce gold deposits or huge tonnage nickel, copper, base metals deposits. For the company's focus in 2022, there's two main projects that we're going to be looking to drill in the next 3 months. The first is Too Good in Newfoundland. This is a high-grade gold situation akin to what you're seeing in Newfound Gold. We've had 7,000 gram per ton grab samples, 500 grams, so very, very high grade is begging to be drilled, and we're just getting the permits in place and the drills on site. That'll be happening in, like I said, in the next 3 months. And in Ontario, another, what I would call a key target for us is a project called Heaven Lake. It's actually a nickel copper PGE target. We've got 12 kilometers plus of strike length. We did some work last year, spent less than $1 million on that, but we've identified massive sulfide body below the surface, also begging to be drilled. We're a couple of weeks away from getting the permits there, and we'll get there as quickly as possible, drill 8 holes. This kind of target, we're looking at something like a Voisey's Bay. I mean, the upside here is massive. The downside, like I said, we spent $500,000 last year, looking to spend less than $2 million drilling. So we love those kinds of plays. The risk reward differential here, downside 2 million, upside, there's no upside limit. So that's the plan so far for 2022.
So let's be absolutely clear. And again, as someone that's waited and I told you this off air, I thought 2021 was going to be a breakout year for Ethos Gold. There were several reasons, no fault of the company, but several reasons why that didn't happen, right? COVID related delays, the labs were backed up, hard to secure drill rigs, you name it, it happened in 2021. I believe 2022 is going to be the breakout year I waited for last year. I love hearing that you're looking to swing for home runs every time you go put a drill into the ground. Because again, if you're spending $2 million to potentially get a 100-fold or 50-fold or even a 25-fold return, you can make that up in volume in pretty short order, right? Especially given the quality of the technical team that you have in place.
Absolutely. That's kind of what we've surrounded ourselves with here. This is a Discovery Group company, John Robbins. He's just come off a massive win with Great Bear, which is sold for $1.8 billion. And we've got Rob Carpenter as our chief technical officer. He's going to be even more involved this year. You'll see some news on that shortly. He was behind Kaminak Gold, which sold to Gold Corp, now Newmont, for $520 million. So we're a group that has done this before. We've got access to excellent people. Grassroots exploration is our game. This is what we like to do. And we're pretty excited. We look at all the prospects within the company. It's not just the two that I've mentioned. There's others that are also available. And like you said, we thought we'd be a little further, but due to COVID protocols and all these other delays that we had in 2021, all of those are now out of the way, and we're looking forward to hitting it out of the park in 2022.
Let me ask you this, Alex, because this is interesting. The name of the company obviously is Ethos Gold, right? And you mentioned something, and again, I like it. You mentioned copper. You mentioned battery metals, and of course, gold is in the mix there. It sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like what you're looking for are major discoveries in a multitude of commodities. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. We are commodity agnostic, to be honest. I mean, the name of the company is Ethos Gold. It's been around for 12 years, but it's kind of being the folks of the company is kind of shifting with the addition of Rob Carpenter. We're also kind of thinking of maybe we need to rebrand the company a little bit, just to tell people that we aren't just gold focused. Like you said, looking for big deposits. It can be nickel, it could be copper, gold, base metals. To us, it doesn't matter. What we're looking for is huge value.
Sounds like you want those in good jurisdictions as well, which is becoming increasingly important in light of, the macro backdrop that we're seeing all over the world, right?
Yeah, I think everyone's getting a lesson here. Geopolitical risk. We certainly look at any jurisdiction, but obviously, that's going to shift as things change in the world right now.
World-class technical team, aggressive exploration, drilling multiple projects, looking for multiple commodities, and swinging for home runs. Does that sum up 2022 pretty accurately?
That's pretty good.
All right, Alex, thanks for coming on. I'm looking forward to the details and looking forward to seeing some drills turning here in 2022. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.